Okay, let's do a few examples applying the fundamental theorem of calculus. We will be using this theorem throughout the entire Calculus 2 course from now on. So we'll start with some functions that we're integrating whose antiderivatives are very straightforward to find, and then we'll learn some antidifferentiation techniques throughout the course. Okay, so let's start with the integral from pi over 4 to pi of secant x tangent x. So recall that the fundamental theorem of calculus tells us that if we can find an antiderivative, then we can evaluate the antiderivative at the limits of integration, subtract that, and then we get the net change in the function that will be the value of the integral. So we'll start with finding an antiderivative of secant x tangent x, and that is the secant function because the derivative of secant is secant tangent. And I usually use a bar here and write down the limits of integration just to remind myself that I need to evaluate the antiderivative from pi over 4 to pi. And then we're going to set this up so we take the secant evaluated at the upper limit of integration minus secant evaluated at the lower limit of integration. And so also recall that secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So we're trying to evaluate secant of pi. We know that cosine of pi is -1. So secant of pi will be 1 over -1, which is -1. And cosine of pi is square root of 2 over 2. So secant of pi will be 2 over root 2, the reciprocal. So we can just write our solution as -1 minus 2 over root 2. You can rationalize the second fraction if you'd like, but we don't need to do that. And so here we go. There's our first definite integral using antidifferentiation to find the solution. Okay, let's take a look at a second example. Here we want to find the integral from 0 to 1 of 1 over 1 plus x squared. So if we think about a function whose derivative is 1 over 1 plus x squared, you might recall that this will be arctangent or tangent inverse. So we first find the antiderivative, tangent inverse of x. I'm going to use notation to remind us that we need to evaluate from x equals 0 to x equals 1, and then we'll write out the fundamental theorem of calculus that tells us we're going to evaluate tangent inverse at 1, and take away what we get when we evaluate tangent inverse at 0. So tangent inverse at 1, so this is asking us for the angle between -pi/2 and pi/2 whose tangent is 1. So angle between -pi/2 and pi/2, not including those angles, whose tangent is 1. And that would be pi/4, because the tangent of pi/4 is 1, since sine over cosine will be 1. So this is going to be pi/4 minus, and now we want the angle between -pi/2 and pi/2 whose tangent is 0. And so that's going to be just 0 because tangent is sine over cosine and sine of 0 is 0. So this just gives us pi/4. And so just to show you what we have found, the original function, 1 over 1 plus x squared, I'm just going to do a quick graph of that function, looks like this. That is the function 1 over 1 plus x squared. And we have found the area from 0 to 1, so this shaded region, to have a value of pi/4. So that is what we have found using the fundamental theorem of calculus. Okay, and our last example for this video is to find the integral from 0 to pi/4 of sine of 2x. So we'll start with an antiderivative of sine of 2x. Well, we know that has to be negative cosine because the derivative of cosine is negative sine, so this is going to have to carry the negative. And because the input was 2x, we're going to have to divide by 2, undoing the chain rule. And this will get evaluated from 0 to pi over 4. So this will be negative cosine of 2 times pi over 4, which is pi over 2, over 2, minus a negative cosine of 2 times 0, which is 0 over 2. And so for the first expression, notice that 2 times pi over 4 is pi over 2 because 2 goes into 4 twice. So that's negative cosine of pi over 2. But the cosine of pi over 2 is 0. So this just gives us a 0 minus, and cosine of 0 is 1. So here we get a negative a half because the value in the numerator will be a minus 1. And negative of negative a half is positive a half. So this integral value is just 1/2.